All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:57 in the morning on August 4th, 2021, and this is my strategy session for the day. So first up, we have BYSI. Yesterday, this thing closed just south of $10 at $9.63 a share. If it opened up right now, it would open up at $32.90 per share. It went to a high of, let's see, $45.66 this morning pre-market. So the news came out, this thing ramped up big time, and now it's pulling back. Not totally, this is quite common to see something pull back this way. So there is a momentum set up here. Let me read the headlines from the drug here. All right, so Body Spring reports positive top-line data in late-stage study of lung cancer combo drug. Shares surge pre-bell. Beyond Spring on Wednesday reported positive top-line data from a late-stage study of plinabulin in combination with docetaxel to treat non-small cell lung cancer. Data from the study showed that compared with docetaxel alone, the combination therapy met the primary endpoint of increasing overall survival as well as key secondary endpoints. Shares of the biopharmaceutical firm surged more than 335% ahead of Wednesday's market open. All right. So right now, BYSI is it ran up pretty high here. Now it's pulling back. Let's throw a Fibonacci on it here, just kind of for giggles. Oops. And see where we are. So here's the 61.8 fib at $31.89. Interesting, you know. So I'm going to wait for the bell to open before I get interested in that, but it is a little bit helpful there to have the Fibonacci on it. 31.89 does look pretty attractive. Let's see where we are if we bring it down there. All right. So, I mean, I'll have to see, where it opens and what it does when it opens. I will be trading the momentum setup on this thing. All right, so next up, HZNP. This is an earnings report. The volume is low. The stock price is pretty high. And actually, I had this thing marked off back here. There's a gap right here. And I had an alarm on it for the longest time so that when it came back and backfilled the gap, I could get in on this thing, but it never came back and backfilled the gap. It never came back and closed it back again. So, today, if I get a pullback, volume is light. So as of right now, let's see how many shares have been traded on it. It's only traded 50,000 shares pre-market. So if there's a pullback to somewhere between 104.24 and 101.98, then I'll start to average in between these two numbers. I'll probably average into, let's say, 100 shares would be about $10,000. So I'll probably average into about 200 shares between these two numbers. For it's for a bump up, for there to be profit taking, and then for it to run back up again as buyers get interested. Okay, NVTA analyst upgrade. I have this. I'm watching this one. So if this thing really starts to run up, then I'll be a part of it. But I don't really like it. Got an analyst upgrade, but I don't like this chart. This is fairly. It looks like it's rolling over to me. It got an analyst upgrade, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's really going to go anywhere. It's on watch. MVTA. I don't have a strategy for it. If I happen to look over at it and I like the price action, then I'll throw 100 shares at it. All right. ATVI, I have two levels on ATVI. ATVI, this is an earnings. It just released earnings, which earnings are really impressive here. 50 to 60% beat surprise on earnings. The chart isn't, the long term, the daily isn't very pretty here. And this could just be a technical bounce. It got an analyst upgrade and it had good earnings. I have levels on it between 82.89 and 82.31 for support. I imagine what's going to happen is the market's going to open. They're going to be people. They're going to be profit takers. You know, folks who are in this thing. You know, down here at say $80 a share or so. You know, they're up $4. You know, and whatever 1,000 shares. Who knows? You know, there's going to be some profit taking on it. And so my levels of support for profit taking are right in here between 82.89 and 82.31. And then MGM. So I just have MGM on watch. Don't have any plan on trading it right now. It reports earnings either after the bell today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. It must be after the bell today. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see. So the news today is that they sold off some portion of their property in MGM Growth Property. MGM Resorts to sell majority stake in MGM Growth Properties to BYSI for $4.4 billion. I don't know. I don't know MGM's books well enough. I don't know their balance sheet well enough in order to know what kind of impact that's going to have on the value of the stock. I'm just watching it. If it gives a setup, then I doubt it. I'll get a setup. I don't really have a strategy on it, so I'm just watching it. If you know, if something's really going on there, then perhaps, you know, if it just starts to skyrocket for some reason, they'll be a part of it. But I don't foresee that happening. It's not really, large caps usually don't skyrocket. So let's see what's going on here with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin looks like, you know, if it can close, if it can actually jump into, let's see, if it can go above 39,792 today, that'll be a bullish move for Bitcoin, short-term bullish move for Bitcoin. It's right now Bitcoin is neutral. The head and shoulders pattern right here was in play. It broke below the neckline, bobbled around for from May to August below the neckline, came back, broke above the neckline, is coming back to back test the neckline. It doesn't always have to hit the neckline in order to have a, I mean, it's not really a back test if it doesn't hit the neckline, but if it comes down, you know, breaks the neckline, comes down, gains support, and then breaks through 42,000 and then sustains, holds 42,000, it's bullish. Right now, Bitcoin is neutral. There's no, I don't have a bullish or bearish bias on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin comes back down and breaks below the neckline and then continues lower again, it'll be bearish again. You know, and so I'll look for opportunities to short Bitcoin. But right, yeah, what I'm really looking for, what I'd really like to see is for Bitcoin to break above 42,000, hold it, and then continue moving higher. Let's see. SPY, if it opened up right now, it opened up 0.35% lower than yesterday's close. So, not, you know, we're getting these dips in the SPY, and yeah, people are coming in and buying them. I mean, what's that, like probably a 3% dip? Here, let's look at it back here. Yeah, 3.64% dip. So, you know, BTFD, B is in Bravo, T is in Tango, F is in Foxtrot, D is in Delta, buy the effing dip. basically, is the way things are going to go for a while. I mean, until the Federal Reserve announces that it's no longer going to do quantitative easing, it's BTFD. So, and then we have the VIX. So the VIX is still kind of, I think this gap right in here, this is the gap. It's been filled. This is the gap that was created in late February of 2020 before the market decided to take a dump from the cerveza sickness. And here's the gap. Now, I think the gap is relevant. It still seems to be, like a level. There's a general guideline of being inside the gap. The next breakdown below the gap, I imagine there will be a run down to support here. And if it can make it down to support, then it'll probably break support and go lower. And this is an inverse of the S&P 500. So when the VIX does poorly, the broader market does better. So I'll be looking for an opportunity to get long the broader market. Real quick here, let's take a look. I think I might try and jump in pre-market here on BYSI for 100 shares. See how it goes. All right, yeah, I'm long 100 shares at $31.68 on BYSI. So we'll see how it goes after the open. Got about 20 minutes until the open. All right, everybody. That is going to be my pre-market strategy session. Good luck out there today. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.